Hello and welcome to another daily casted match of Age of Empires 4. I am Paragon RG, hopefully bringing you a good one here. So we've got Hera in the red on the east side of the map playing as the Rus, and we have the Goo Specialist in the blue on the west side of the map playing as the Mongols. And this map is Nagari, so you will notice the large pond, perhaps lake, in the middle with tons of deep sea fish. So the player to capture this area and prevent their opponent from fishing generally has a massive advantage on this map. Now, you may be looking at this matchup and thinking, you know, boring, Rus versus Mongols is very meta. That is exactly why I wanted to watch it. I am really curious if players are starting to push out of that meta right now, and I would also like to see on what, you know, for example, on what maps do Rus have a chance against Mongols? Or are Rus, is it possible Rus are actually a better civ than Mongols, sort of on average? I don't think that's true, but maybe we'll find out with this game, depending on what Goo Specialist gets up to. So he's set up here, a little too far away from that gold, but at least has that tree line. A stone a little farther back here, and his Ovo is set up closer to his lake. He has 2 deep sea fish at the back compared to Hera's 4. So Hera will not be complaining about that, I think. And Hera going up with a dock already as the Rus. So fish boom coming out from him. Keep in mind as well that the Rus are very good at those fish booms. Their Ladia fishing ships do not actually have to travel back and drop off fish. They can drop off fish anywhere they are. So for example, you know, this one, fine, it's a short trip, but all the way out to here, it's just really, really efficient for those Rus fishing ships. Everything adds up. Do we see, let's take a quick look. Something I usually don't see is, do players go for extra scouts right away? We see Hera with 2 military, and so he has chosen to make a scout instead of a villager. And we see the Goo Specialist already with 3 military. So it looks like he already sacrificed 2 villagers in the name of getting a scout. Am I wrong on that? Goo Specialist slightly ahead in villagers, just about half a villager ahead. So we'll have to see how this pans. Oh, I see. Yeah, yes. So sorry, my mistake. He went with a barracks and double produced spearmen. I have not been casting many Mongol games recently. You can probably guess why. There was a particular game I casted where one player absolutely just smashed. I think it was maybe Marine Lord versus, or something like Vortex versus Hera. And Hera just got absolutely smashed. And every tool in the Mongol toolbelt came out, and it felt like there was nothing Hera could have done. So I tend to avoid Mongol matches on the current patch for that reason. Definitely waiting for another patch. However, against the Rus, you never know. And on a map like this, you definitely never know. This is a bit of a bigger 1v1 map as well, which presumably changes things. It takes a lot longer for the spearmen of your opponent to get across and do any damage. 4 spearmen from Goo Specialist now making it over here. We'll see if they can get any damage in. I don't think they will. The base of the Rus player is just too tight. Really nowhere to raid. Now, I say that. As I say that, I realize, yes, there is a dock in the back. So Hera will have to worry about this. There will be 4 spearmen torching down his back dock. Meanwhile, on the other side, do we see... Yeah, we do see a dock coming out from Goo. He's using those spearmen in the map control provided to him by those spearmen to add that dock and feel safe doing it. Fishing ships now coming out from him, but we'll be behind. Hera with 5 fishing ships already. Keep in mind as well, Hera does not need this dock. So once this dock is down, like, so he'll try to get another fishing ship out, or maybe even 2. And as I mentioned, these fishing ships will continue to be able to drop off fish. So really no problem at all, as long as they stay away from the shore fish. So he'll definitely want to move, if he needs to, these fishing ships to maybe here, and then target them on the fishing ship, just to make sure they don't get torched from the coast. Another fishing ship coming out there. Only 1 out, so definitely from Goo. So Hera with a much stronger economy, I would guess, early on. Of course, that Ovo counting as a few villagers, not needing to build houses, of course, is a general economic bonus for the Mongols as well. We'll We'll see if he's able to take advantage of that. Gur now coming down from Grey Goo. Probably starting to look to get toward the feudal age. It knows he needs 50 more gold and puts exactly 5 villagers on the job. So very quickly he will be able to click up to the next age. Hera should have the resources to do so. Oh, sorry. He's already gone up with the Golden Gate. Pretty standard, pretty meta from Hera. Nothing too surprising here. That dock did go down. Those spearmen, where do those spearmen get to? So they're wandering off for now. Maybe seeing if there's anything else they can get up to. I still think this is a pretty tight base from Hera. Probably no damage that can be done. And a wooden fortress coming out now. This may seem like Grey Goo has done a good job here and forced Hera to put this up. But remember, this is an investment. This provides 20% bonus drop-off wood for any lumber camps in its influence. So I don't think Hera will feel too bad about putting that up. And he is rushing toward the castle age already. 800 plus food, 400 plus gold. He's used his supply, so he'll probably sell perhaps wood or food if he needs to finish up getting up to the castle age. And yeah, he doesn't need to get on this gold vein at all. So really tight play from Hera. Spearman guarding the dock here. Doesn't want it to get torched down by his opponent. Hardened Khan almost goes down to the buildings of Hera. You'll definitely have to be careful. Let that thing heal up. Only a couple of sheep behind it there. Hera still running around with 2 scouts here. I don't think causing too many problems. Didn't torch down or even partially torch down the Ovo's opponent or anything like that. Hopefully he's pretty active here. I was going to say these are spearmen. These are villagers. Hera catching some of these out, but there are 4 spearmen here to drive them away immediately. So scouts taking a couple of hits. Ooh, look at the range on these things. Taking more... Oh, Hera. Okay, gets away now. Shouldn't lose either of those scouts. Thought he would lose one of them for just a second there. Forward outpost coming up from the Mongol player. This is where things are going to start getting pretty nasty. So Hera being towered by Grey Goo. This will provide speed bonuses and places to hide for all of the infantry. All units, actually, because of the deer stones. Not just cavalry, which would be the normal rule for the Mongols. And so I'm assuming we're going to see more outposts coming forward, preventing Hera from ever getting onto this gold, and potentially just surrounding him, taking full map control from Hera. So we'll have to see how Hera reacts. In the meantime, there are 7 fishing ships out from Grey Goo. Hera still with 6, so a little behind on that front. But the fact is, he has already clicked up to the castle age, and he has 12 villagers on the job. So Hera doing a really good job powering to that castle age. Warrior monks will help out quite a bit here getting those relics, unless he gets completely shut out of the map by his opponent. Khan trying to be as annoying as possible here, shooting at the weak scouts. Look at this, Hera already going for siege engineering. So this is a man with a plan here. That's really interesting. That tells me he's not going for horse archers. Right? I mean, what is he going to do with horse archers and siege engineering? And we see regular archers here. Looks like he actually moved forward with a few that I did not see. And he's headed back with them for the time being. Really interesting play here. I like that at least this super powerful, maybe overpowered Mongols play. Maybe overpowered. We definitely know it's overpowered. The Mongol infantry outpost play is being countered by non-meta play from Hera. Really adaptive. Really nice from him. Ovo's got about a third of its stone left. And looks like double archery range coming out from Grey Goo. Lots of stone saved up. So Hera may be hard-pressed to keep up in total archer numbers, keeping in mind that these archery ranges can double produce archers as long as there is stone to do it. Currently not looking too aggressive, just building him toward his own base. So perhaps he realizes that Hera will be able to take back map control. Spearmen won't cut it against the archers of Hera. And of course, Ram coming out now. That Ram moving out, going to destroy the first outpost that it sees, unless Hera is particularly sloppy. Grey Goo needs to be careful as well. That Ram, after it takes us out, will not be too far from this outpost and this dock. And unlike the Rus, the Mongols do need that dock to drop off their fish. Of course, he can always build a dock on the other side, which could be pretty darn annoying, but we'll see. Looks like Hera is starting to make his own play for a little bit of control on that side of the map as well. No relics in from him yet. The first one being grabbed now by a warrior monk. Spearman popping out. Hera needs to be careful here not to lose this ram. That would be a huge loss. Taking out a spearman of his opponent. Going to run under this outpost as it is not long for this world. Something I think players forget as well is you can always pop into your own battering ram. But looks like Hera's going to hang out right here. Not too worried about it. This ram should probably head home. Make sure it gets repaired. Horse Archer's now coming out from Hera. So switching from Archer to Horse Archer. I am now curious because Archer should be a reasonable soft counter to Horse Archer. So I don't know if Hera has any joy with this particular strategy. Very, very interesting. Hera should really bring this ram back and repair it. If this thing goes down, it's just a really big loss. That thing is 300 wood, and he may not have many regular archers left to build more of them. Another archery range coming down from Grey Goo. So committing very heavily to archers here. Didn't point this out earlier, but step readout for Grey Goo on that back hold. Really needs to remove this Gur though. This is a common oversight we see. All these villagers are dropping off 10 gold instead of 15, whereas if that villager just went here, he'd be dropping off 15. Bit of a mistake there from Grey Goo. Both players in the castle age now because of those landmarks. Really nice gold boost from Grey Goo, but Hera should be starting to get the advantage in terms of relics. Another warrior monk coming out from him, of course, those being half price from the Abbey of the Trinity. Hera doing what he can to push out. I don't think this is a good battle for Hera. I don't think he has the numbers. Horse archers are more expensive than regular old archers. Did have some reinforcements here. Looks like he was trying to use the opportunity to push forward with the ram, but does lose that ram. Does lose quite a few horse archers here. So I think Hera put on the back foot after that move. Captures the sacred site at the top. Excellent play by him. Can come home with that relic now, and that will give him his... Is that a scout? So should be his second relic. Seems like he's been a little bit slow collecting these relics, but that being said, he has had a lot to worry about, especially with that outpost on his front lines. Scout darting toward the center, trying to see if his opponent is pushing forward, which looks like he wants to. You can tell he's inching forward here. Grey Goo with probably the better composition at this stage of the game. Hera adding more horse archers, but it remains to be seen what he can accomplish with them. I don't think his opponent needs much more than regular archers, but it looks like Hera is moving towards Siege Workshop. Probably a mangonel coming out from him, at which point he will have a pretty good composition against those archers. There won't be much his opponent can do except get some spearmen on top of those siege units. Meanwhile, if his opponent goes for mangonels, horse archers are actually still pretty good against siege. That sacred site being neutralized temporarily, but horse archers actually running to the north and dealing with that. So actually really, really good usage of that mobility from the Rus there. So nice play by Hera. Trying to grab this next relic. I think he will succeed in doing so. So really, again, more excellent play from Hera. There's another relic here. Wouldn't be surprised to see him run out for that shortly, but hold the phone. Grey Goo is now moving out. Hera will have plenty to deal with. He will scout this. His scout was in a good spot. Ideally, that guy is on hold ground and doesn't run out to his death. But nevertheless, still a good catch from Hera. Horse archers poking out. These villagers need to get home as soon as possible. Mangonel's going to pop, and this is a really bad time. Knights will try to take this out. Does get an okay shot. Not a great shot. This Mangonel going down before it can even get a second shot off. So excellent timing by Grey Goo. Jumped on this before it was too much of an issue. Hera loses that Mangonel at a terrible, terrible time. On the back foot now, we'll see what he can pull off with this pure horse archer compositions. Trying to, you can tell he wants to head back out, but I just don't think he can. Lancer, veteran archer should be enough to deal with it. Let's see if he heads north again and deals with that neutralization of his sacred site. But didn't notice this. There are horse archers in the base of Grey Goo, and they should be able to do some damage. Another knight going down. Archers are going to go down here. This is actually really, really good play from Hera. He's on the production of his opponent. His opponent has no outpost here. Now, this Lancer will probably be enough to start pushing these away. You probably need a few more Horse Archers to effectively deal with that Lancer. But this prevents any reinforcements for a good while for Grey Goo. Pushing right into Hera's base here. Needs to be pretty careful. Horse Archers doing a really good job of sniping the Knights that are up front. Hera, no villagers in that town center. Needs to be so careful. The Knights can just run over here and go crazy killing villagers. Villagers now possibly running toward the town center. They're going to get mowed down in the meantime, though. Not looking good for Hera at all. Let's take a look at his counts here. 58 versus 45. 39 versus 11. Hera is 100% on the back foot in pretty much every metric here. Another Mangonel popping out, but archers are already on top of it. Hera calls it. Grey Goo's timing was just too good. Hera couldn't deal with it, and couldn't deal with it with the pure composition of Horse Archers. Folks, hope you enjoyed this one. Nice win by Grey Goo Specialist on Nagari. This has been Paragon RG. If you enjoyed this match, please subscribe for more videos, and I will catch you next time.